Alright, hi everyone. I am TeamRoller15 and welcome to my lovely Rantstream number 8. I know you guys love these, so I will keep doing them. So, hi, suck, fuck, that username, Tortuga, Giovanna, VJ Star, and so on and so forth. Hi everyone. Um, sorry about the delay. Several fucking things happened. I was originally going to talk about my thoughts on certain movies that I watched, like Tomb Raider and, uh, what else? Incredibles 2 and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I was going to talk about movies, but Open Office decided to be a douchebag and erased the work I was trying to finish. Okay, so I was trying to throw together something quick, like just a PowerPoint that had the names of certain movies and pictures of those movies, so I would just go over each slide and talk about the movies, my thoughts on the movies, and the open office was like, nope, and then just fucking crashed before I could save. I was just about to save the whole thing, and then open office was like, sorry, bitch, you're done, and I'm just thinking, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to change so I just had to throw the idea out on such short notice. And I mean, I guess I could have just, done it this way and, just list the movies and talk about them. But I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted visual aids. And now I didn't have any. So instead, I decided to just switch things up at the last second. I'm just going to talk about games that I own because, shit. It's still relevant to gaming. So why not? Let's talk about all the games that I own. Hi, Alex. What's up? He calls me Legenda. I'm not Legenda. I am the Legenda. No, I'm playing. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and talk. So I'm going to try to talk about as many games as I can. I own a shit ton of games. But to be honest, if you guys saw my collection, you'd probably think it's not much because I've seen gamers with even more games than me. Like they have shelves of games. I'm like, I only have a cabinet. But anyway, let's start. I guess with Dance Central 3. As you can see, I have a shit ton of Xbox 360 games. A shit ton. I've had the Xbox 360 since right, like shortly after it came out, like since 2005. It's an old console, and it still works just fine. There was one point where the hardware stopped working, like the red ring of death, but after that point, it worked just fine. Now, my only problem the only problem that my Xbox has is that the disc tray doesn't want to open sometimes. I click on it and it just doesn't want to open sometimes, and it's so irritating. Especially when I'm about to stream, I'm like, open the fuck up, Xbox 360. But I digress. Anyway, oh, I'm Legenda for you. Thank you. Um, so let's talk about this game. Dance Central 3. Ooh, GD would want to be here right now. I keep calling him GD. I'm used to calling him GD. I can't get used to ASCW. But whatever. Anyway, let's talk about. Actually, why don't I save that? No, I'll talk about it right now. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk about Dance Central 3. This game is actually pretty fun. It's the best out of all the Dance Central games. There were two other games before this. Um, they were fun too. I played a bit of both. Well, actually, I've only played like the demo for the first game. I haven't played the second game at all. But yeah, but what makes this game great is that not only does it improve on the first two, but it also allows you to buy songs from the first two games. So you actually don't need the first two games in order to play the songs from those games. You could actually just get all that here on the store, which is really cool. And I think they modified the routines of those songs a bit, which is really cool. But yeah, it's a fun game. The party mode's fun. The multiplayer mode's fun. The story mode, it's not really much of a story mode. You're just going back in time and dancing your way to victory. That's pretty much it. You just the story mode's silly. You don't need to take it seriously. The devs didn't take it seriously. It's just a story mode. I mean, it's barely a story mode, but it's a story mode. Um, but it works. The story mode works. The finale is a bit anticlimactic, though. Funny, but anticlimactic. But anyway, but other than that, this one's pretty great. Now, one thing I don't like about this game is that throughout the series, like the game didn't really do a good job of telling you exactly what moves you got wrong. I mean, there are features for that definitely, but they weren't as fine tuned as they should have been. But this game tried to fix that by letting you see what you're doing by recording when you do a move and then um letting you see letting you see the recordings so that you can see what you did wrong. I like this, but the problem is that it doesn't provide real-time feedback. So if you see what you're doing wrong on the recording, well, you still don't know you still don't have the entire picture because you only see what you were doing wrong at that recording and not what you're doing wrong, period, or habitually. So I don't see why they didn't just put in a camera feature that just lets you see what you were doing in real time so you could just correct it. But that's one thing I didn't like. Like I don't see that I don't see how that could have been problematic. Like it should have been easy to program, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there was some limitation or whatever. But other than that, this game is fun and it's great. Would have been nice to have some multiplayer though. Is there multiplayer? I don't think there is. No, I don't mean local multiplayer, obviously. I mean online multiplayer. But yeah, other than that, a solid game. Actually, I've thought about something. I'm gonna put these games into two piles: the decent games and the not so decent games. So this one's obviously in the decent pile. Let's talk about Just Dance 2018. Ooh, I love this. Oh shit, I gotta be more careful. I'm dropping stuff. I love this game. The routines are fun generally. The songs are great. Um, the library is nice. They chose some really good songs for this one. It's a really good game. The multiplayer is pretty fun. Not that many people online as I would like though. Um, but yeah, I can't really say much about this. It's just great. I can't really think of anything wrong. I really can't. I actually can't. Um, yeah, it took it put I really do like the library because it put some old songs with some new songs. Like there's something for everyone pretty much. I wish Jesse and ASEW were here. They would want to comment on this. But I can't really think of anything else to say about this. It's like Dance Central 3, but it's not as serious as Dance Central 3. Dance Central 3 is more about you're simulating real choreography, like, you know, things that professional dancers actually do. But this one is just more for fun, just family dancing. But I like both though. I like both. And there are some songs that exist in both game series, but yeah, they're both dancing games. So yeah, I like this one a lot. Although I will say that there's one selection that is actually inappropriate for a Just Dance game. Make a jingle. You know the song that goes make a jingle, make a jingle, make a jingle, make a jingle with the twerking reindeer? Oh my god. I'm surprised they even put that in this game. But then again, they did put Dame tu cosita in they originally put it in the second in the sequel to this game, Just Dance 2019, but then they took it off and then put it in Just Dance 2018 Unlimited. So, yeah. And then they also put Shaky Shaky by Daddy Yankee on Just Dance 2019. I'm like, do you guys not know what these songs mean? Like, they're in Spanish, but they're inappropriate. Like, do you not know what they're saying in Spanish? Did you not take the time to translate it? Like, it's not appropriate. Hi, Nime. Hi, Donnie. Okay, so, but yeah, other than that, great game. And here we have another great game. Just Dance 4. Which is like this one. I actually like this one more than this one. Because this one just has better tracking. Because you guys saw that, if you've seen my streams on both games, you see that this game had an easier time picking up my cousins who were, you know, they were pretty small. They were kids. This one had an easier time picking up my cousins than this one. For this one, I had to constantly fumble with the Kinect camera to get my cousin's movements to register. But it was still pretty fun. Now this one, I'd say that the library is better than this one, but that this one is more fun than this one. I go back to this one more often than this one. Um, this one's pretty fun. This has even more old school tracks than this one. So for this one, there's even more of something for everyone. I just like it. It's a good game. I played it a lot when I got it. It's just a fun game. Just Dance 4. My cousins like this game too. Uh, yeah, it's pretty fun. I can't really say much about it. It's like Just Dance 2018, just as fun. Um, and yeah, just as in Just Dance 2018, there are extreme versions of songs, or alternate versions. Something that Just Dance has always had. I think since maybe the second or third game. I can't even remember. But anyway, now let's move on. But yeah, this one's good. Now let's talk about Connect Sports. Hi, Paul Gonzalez. What's up? I was not expecting you to come here. I really wasn't. But yeah. Okay. Sorry. I got this. My mind just went out for a moment. Anyway, Connect Sports. Now this one, I like this one too. It's a lot of fun. It has 6 different sports: boxing, track and field, soccer team, table tennis. I mean soccer. I said soccer team. Soccer, table tennis, beach volleyball, and bowling. So here's what the game looks like. It's a pretty fun game. I come back to it sometimes. Um, the one I play most is volleyball and table. The ones I play most are volleyball and table tennis. And I don't. The one I play least is soccer. Actually, I hardly touch the bowling, track and field, and soccer sports. I play more often the table tennis, volleyball, and bowling sports. And it's beach volleyball, not 6-on-6 volleyball, but beach volleyball. But yeah, it's a fun game. Sometimes your movements are a bit wonky in this game and they don't register correctly, but more often than not, the Kinect sensor is pretty reliable. So yeah, it's fun. I play with my cousins; they have fun with it. Volleyball, table tennis. That's really and bowling, but those are really the three that we play most. Especially the table tennis. My cousins really like that one. But yeah, really fun. And you can play online with people too. Um, Never really got a chance to do that though. I tried looking online, nobody was there, so whatever. But anyway, yeah, pretty fun. And the AI, nice difficulty. The hardest ones really are a challenge, but the easiest ones are piss easy, just as you'd expect. But yeah, other than that, this is a pretty good game. Like Wii Sports, but Microsoft flavored. Okay, now let's move on to. Oh, let me talk about all the motion games first. I think is that all of them? There are more. Am I missing one? I think I'm missing one. Well, whatever. Connect Adventures. I honestly didn't really touch this one all that much. It's just a collection of adventure mini games. Um, you know, riding a raft, blocking um, blocking balls that are thrown at you, um, going through some obstacle courses. It's fun, but it's just not something I'd play very often. It's one of those games where you play once in a while to have fun with, and then you just don't touch it for a while. But yeah, it's not bad. I just don't really play it that much. So I guess it goes in the decent pile though. It's not terrible. Michael Jackson, The Experience. Okay. Now, I got this at GameStop for like. Hold on. Can you guys see that? You got okay, yeah, 4.99. 4.99 for this game. This game, I really don't like it. I don't. I mean, they it's just not very good. It's, how do I explain this? I, I, ca- I, I can't. If I were to play this again, I would be able to fully articulate what's wrong with it. Um, if you guys want, if the angry, you know, Angry Joe, he did a review on this game. Um, and he also played the Wii version. He said that this is better than the Wii version. I actually agree with him. This is better than the Wii version. I played the Wii version too. Both are just not very good at all, but this one is better because this one has better motion tracking. The Wii version's motion tracking is shit. I recall doing absolutely nothing wrong on several moves, and the game's like, nope, you still get an okay. Not a good, not a perfect, just okay. And I'm just like, okay. Now with this one, the motion tracking is better, but and my brother likes this one for some reason. I don't. Um, the motion tracking is just it's okay here, but the actual gameplay is just not very fun. You're not. I can't remember what's wrong with it. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, right. Um, I just feel that this game doesn't really do a good job. Like it feels as if you're just dancing to an image rather than actually being engaged with the actual routine. And the multiplayer mode is really stupid. You don't even play side by side with somebody else as you would with other dancing games. You just take turns dancing, and that's really stupid. I really didn't like that. I mean, now I don't mind that having that feature in the game as long as it's an option. Because typically in multiplayer dancing games, you should be able to dance along with other people. You don't in this game. You take turns. And honestly, the routines, like they didn't. I don't think they did the Michael Jackson dance routines in this game justice. I can't remember specifically what's wrong with it, but it's just not that good. And it only costs $5, so that's why. But you know what the weird thing is? The Wii version actually costs more than this because the Wii version is better in terms of aesthetics. Like it just looks better, but this version is technically better. So and yet it costs less. So I don't know. But anyway, this is the first game where I would give it a bad rating. Now let's talk about wait, let me see if that's all the motion games. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's all of them really. That's pretty much all of them. Okay. I thought I had one more. I could have sworn I had one more. What is it? I could have sworn I had one more. I know I had seven. Where is it? I can't remember. Maybe it'll come back to me. Anyway, let's move on. So now we're going to talk about the games that just require only a controller and not a sensor. Halo 4. Halo 4, I have mixed feelings about this game. The case the case here says that it's the most anticipated game of 2012, and actually it was. I recall my brother and I were excited for this game when it came out, but it was it was kind of a disappointment. Um, the gameplay was fun. It was just as fun as ever, and I like that there are some new equipments. That there was some new equipment to learn. Although honestly, I kind of liked Halo 3's equipment more. I don't know. Just this one, I don't know. I mean, I like that they added new equipment, but I just didn't really like the equipment itself. It's hard to explain, but Yeah, that's how I feel about it. And another thing that I didn't like about this game is the story mode is really short, even shorter than Halo 3 story mode. Okay, it's not too short, but it's short. It's still short, and I didn't like that. My brother and I were hoping for a sizable get a sizable adventure in the story mode, but instead the story mode was over in just a few hours, and I didn't like that. Halo 3 story mode was not. It was short too, but it was still longer. This one's story mode was short, and the only chance of making the story mode longer is if you play on a higher difficulty, and we were playing on the easiest difficulty. So, yeah, just a bit of a disappointment. But I will say that the multiplayer is really fun. It is really fun. It, I think it's even better than Halo 3's multiplayer because they added a bunch of new features that make the game more fun, such as there's a point system now. So you know how in Halo 3 where you were about to get a kill and yet somebody else took it from you, whether intentionally or unintentionally, although it was often intentionally, it just was. That was pretty annoying because now you don't get the credit for that kill. Well, in this one it's a little better because now you get assists for helping people for helping kill people. I mean, granted, it's still annoying to have somebody steal your kill, but at least there's that. So yeah, I like how the developers caught noticed that problem and tried to do something about it. But yeah, the multiplayer is actually really fun. Although it is harder than Halo 3's multiplayer. I'm not joking. Halo 3's multiplayer is manageable. Halo 4's multiplayer is just brutal, absolutely brutal. Like anyone online will just rip you up within seconds, and it's ridiculous. But yeah, so this game, the gameplay is fine. Story mode is short, but the multiplayer is fun. So I guess I put this in the ew ew ew. Michael Jackson, do not do no no not that game should not go there. Let's put this here though. Halo 4 goes in this pile. Tomb Raider. Okay. Oh shit. Wow. Wow. The back of this box really hypes up the game. But yeah, Tomb Raider, really fun game. It was supposed to be the 2013 reboot of the series, and I mean it is the 2013 reboot where they decided to change Lara Croft's origin story, where she becomes just a young archaeologist to somebody who to a hardened survivor. She undergoes a lot of character development in this, and it's a really exciting adventure. I play like this game is just so much fun. Hi, Pixie Moondust, what's up? Wow, I haven't seen you in a while. I was some people I just did not expect to show up actually showed up. That's great. Good. I need more discussion about these games in the chat. Anyway, but yeah, Tomb Raider. Very fun game. The story mode is really very fun. I don't care about the multiplayer. I'm just gonna say it right now. I really don't care about it. I've never played it. I don't care to play it. From what I've heard, it's just basic and boring. Um. Oh, I've been fine, Pixie Moondust. I've been fine. Nice to see you. Um. But Tomb Raider, yeah, still a fun game. I really do like the story mode. It's just a really fun experience. I like. I don't know, it's just so much fun. Like you could play the story mode for hours and hours and hours and hours. It's just so much fun to be had while playing it. It just never gets old. Um, but yeah, the storytelling is really good in this game. The gameplay is really fun. Um, the graphics are amazing. This game's just really good. The only problem I have with it is, well, actually, I don't really have any problems with it. The only thing that people have been complaining about is the multiplayer. I've never played it though. From what I've seen, it works. It seems functional and works, but it just seems boring to me. I don't care to play it. I've never tried to play it. I could play it, but I don't really care to. Um, but yeah, but at least they have a multiplayer option there, so that's something. Although I think it really didn't need to be in the game. But yeah, other than that, this game is really fun. So it goes in the decent pile. Grand Theft Auto 4. Lots of good memories with this game. So many good memories with this game. You play as a young Slavic man who moves to America in search of opportunity because, his cousin was hyping America up to be this wonderful paradise of opportunity. No, it's not. It's just not. But that's beside the point. Anyway, um, but yeah, he comes here, starts to live life in America. Shit happens to him, his cousin, his girlfriend. And on top of that, there was this traitor that he's been trying to hunt who betrayed him in the past. And it's I actually like the story. It's actually really good. It shows how Nico's really more of an anti-hero in this one. He just does what he wants, really. Um, am I ever going to do another FNAF Ultimate Custom Night? Okay. I want to, but honestly, I'm just so fucking tired of that game because not I swear to God, every time I try to I'm just so frustrated because a lot of my runs were ruined by Toy Freddy and Foxy. Fucking Toy Freddy and Foxy. Those two are the biggest issues in the game. Especially Toy Freddy. Like, Toy Freddy will make 90% of your runs end in disaster. He's just so irritating. I just can't stand that fucking bear. He was hardly a threat in FNAF 2. He outright sucks in FNAF World as a playable character. And in this game, Ultimate Custom Night, he's just shit. He's just fucking annoying. I hate him. Scott's never liked Toy Freddy. I don't think anybody likes Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy, I don't think anybody has any Toy. Does he have Toy Freddy fans? I don't think. Does Toy Freddy have fans? I don't think he does. I don't think he does. He just sucks. I can't stand him. But who knows? I was thinking about trying 50/20 mode again. I need to take a break from it because I was losing my sanity. Because I've had multiple attempts that could have been successful only to have somebody fucking ruin it. And most of the time, like 75% of the time, it was Toy Freddy. 25% of the time, it was Foxy. I cannot stand those two. If it weren't for them, 50/20 mode would be a cakewalk. But anyway, I digress. But back to GTA 4. Um, GTA 4. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so the story is actually nice. The gameplay is fun. Like there's a lot of side activities that you can do, but I really don't care to do them. With GTA, all I care about is the story and maybe causing some mayhem. That's really it. That's all I really care about. I don't really care about anything else in the game. I don't care about base jumps or fucking some random girls off the street or going to strip clubs or getting wasted or going bowling. I don't care about any of that shit. I don't care. Well, maybe the bowling one, but with me in GTA, I care more about the story. That's really all I care about. I just complete the main missions. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm like that at GTA 5 too. Um, I actually own three GTA games. Um, GTA 4, GTA Liberty episodes from Liberty City, and GTA 5. I think I own two copies of GTA 5. One for the PS3 and one for the Xbox 360. So yeah. And I'm not handing out either one. Sorry. Anyway, um, but no, but seriously, I want to keep those. But yeah, it's a standard GTA game. You drive around the city, blow shit up, stuff like that. Now, there's one part of the story that I didn't like in this game. Where, okay, I don't want to spoil it, but let's just say that there's this certain part where the protagonist's cousin yells at the protagonist and blames him for something that was kind of his fault, and they end up having to go on the run for after coming across a really bad gang or whatever. And I'm just like, why are you ripping into your cousin when you got yourself into this mess in the first place? Because you had a gambling problem, and all your cousin did was just make that problem worse. Your debts and all. Like, so why the fuck are you going off on him when you kind of put yourself in this position in the first place and you don't acknowledge it? You blame him for pretty much everything, saying, "Oh, my life was just fine before you came." Bitch, no, it wasn't. That's your own fault. Like, it's like, stop blaming Nico for all your problems. Like, you have a gambling problem. That was kind of your fault. All your cousin did was just make it worse. That's just it. But then he picks himself back up, so whatever. Anyway, but yeah, other than that, the story in this game is actually, I like it. It's decent. I like the story from GTA 5 more though, but this one's not bad. So, yeah, all in all, good game. It has a long storyline though, like 90 missions compared to like 68, like something like 93, 94 missions compared to like 68 missions in GTA 5. Damn. And I still haven't finished. I'm like halfway through or more than halfway through. My brother's already finished the story. But he uses cheats. So I don't use cheats when I play GTA. I don't. It just feels lazy, you know? Well, maybe not lazy. Lazy is not the right word. Perhaps just insincere. It just doesn't feel. Oh, Two Souls, is that a mission name? Honestly, I don't even remember where I was when playing this. I don't even remember. Um, but I do recall that there are three main choices in the story where three main parts of the story where you have to make a choice. You have to choose between two people. Now, if you've been paying attention to the story, then these choices are not very hard to make, except for the last one. Like in one part, you have to choose between killing. I don't want to spoil it. Let me not spoil it. But anyway, for the first two choices, the choice is pretty obvious. For the third one, oh, that one's pretty messy because there are twist endings for both outcomes. So, but anyway, yeah. Other than that, all around solid game. Platinum hits. Actually, that doesn't mean anything because Sonic 2006 is part of the Platinum Family Hits line. I don't know how that happened. I guess it just sold a lot. But good game. Okay, now let's go to Vice City. I said Vice City. I don't even have Vice City. Actually, no, I don't. I don't have Vice City. I thought I did, but I don't. But oh yeah, I was just saying, I don't use cheats in GTA. I try to go and get my own weapons and play the game with my own skill. I mean, my brother has more skill than me at playing the game, but he uses cheats, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I only use cheats when I'm just going around and causing mayhem. Like when I can just spawn cars and helicopters out of nowhere. And how I can use explosives. And I'm like, I'll just stick this onto this car and walk away, and then boom, you're dead. My brother loves doing that all the time. He just goes to a random cop car, and just blows it up. And I'm just like, and he gets like 5 stars really easily. And he uses helicopters and even boats to escape. And I'm just like, but there are times where he just screws up the whole process, and then he ends up either getting shot or dying. And I'm just like, but of course the hospital bills don't cost much apparently. I don't know. Anyway, you can't get caught cheating if you don't cheat. True. Oh, there are some people who are really bad at cheating. Like, okay, speaking of that, okay, I go to this community college, right? And we have this testing center. And the testing center makes it clear that it does not tolerate cheating in any form. Like, there are cameras and there are procedures. They take that shit really seriously over there. Like, they check your calculators to see if there's anything in them. They make sure that the RAM's cleared on the calculators so that you don't have the answers or procedures on the calculators. They can see your computer screen while you're taking a test on the computer screen. They have everything under control. Like Like they have high security over there. You cannot get away with cheating over there. You just can't. But yet there are some people who still think that they can, and I'm just like, you're so dumb. Like there was this one person. I was taking this test in the morning, and there was this one person behind, like several rows behind me, and while I'm taking the test, out of nowhere, this teacher comes, and this faculty member, I should say, comes and then catches him cheating in the act, and then she says, "You're done. You're done. You're done. No, there's no cheating allowed here." And then all the rest of the students around him were like, "Oh my fucking god, did he seriously just cheat?" Or at least that's what their facial expressions were saying because she couldn't talk in the testing center. And I'm just like, what made you think that was a good idea? Why are you cheating in the testing center? Like, if you're gonna cheat, don't make it. I just okay. I mean, I don't know exactly how he was cheating, but like, don't if don't there's if you can't get away with cheating, don't try to cheat. Just don't. It's not worth it. They take cheating really seriously in college. You can even get expelled. God, I'm just like, but yeah, I digress. Anyway, now let's go on to Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City. Now there are two. Now this is just a bonus. This is a full GTA game, but it has two different stories. You have The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. So this is the game, and these are the two stories. If you guys can see that shit. Now, um, one of your friends cheated but got away with it. Cool. I'm kidding, but as long as you don't get caught, okay. I mean, I really don't like cheating, but as long as you don't get caught, fine. But there are some people who just are just not very good at covering their tracks. I'm like, if you're cheating with somebody directly off a test, at least make it seem as if the work is your own. Don't put everything word for word for word for word for word for word for word. That looks really suspicious. And I just see people doing that in TV shows, and I'm just like, you're so dumb. You're so dumb. Like, come on, think. But anyway, Grand Theft Auto episodes from Liberty City. So yeah, it has two stories. My brother and I like the Ballad of Gay Tony a lot. It's really fun. The story's short. It's a bit short, really. Shorter than GTA 5 and definitely shorter than GTA 4. Um, yeah, it is so dumb. If you're gonna cheat, don't be stupid. Just cover your ass if you don't want to get in trouble. God. But anyway, yeah, we found the Ballad of Gay Tony pretty fun. It's just about this Hispanic guy who does jobs for this. Um, I forgot what his name is. I think he sells art. I can't remember what his name. I mean, not his name. I know his name is. It's Tony, but and he's gay. Ballad of Gay Tony, duh. But I forgot what his profession is. I think he sells art. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, it was a fun story. And I actually think that there's a bit of crossover with this game. Like you see, yeah, Nico actually does make two appearances. I think a few appearances in this one. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. But Ballad Gay Tony was fun. And I say that the Ballad of Gay Tony actually has the best side activities for you to do. Well, I haven't played GTA 5 that much though. I mean I am through a considerable part of the story, done with a considerable part of the story, but I haven't done much of the side activities yet, so I can't really say for certain. But I really do like the side activities for the Ballad of Gay Tony. Now, The Lost and Damned. I really don't care about this game. I tried playing the game. I could not care less about the story. I just don't care about it. Playing as some biker in a gang just doesn't really appeal to me. It just doesn't. I really could not care less about it. I tried playing it. I only got through like the first few missions before saying, okay, this is boring. Let me go and switch over to the other game. But that's just me. Some people like the story. I don't. I just don't. I don't. I found it boring. There's nothing wrong with it, technically speaking. It's just that I could not care less about it. Yeah, there are some people who don't really check exams all that well. Like sometimes they'll just look through, they'll just skim the whole thing and they're like, okay, check, 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 you're done. I'm like, you didn't even look at what I did. But whatever. Some people really should not be teaching or proctoring. Okay, anyway. But yeah, the Lost and Damned I don't care about. The Battle of Gay Tony, and plus I like starting. I like having a car instead of a motorcycle to get around, but you could always just get a car in the game. I just don't like having a motorcycle by default. Anyway, that's that. This game is fun. It works, but I only care about one of the games. The other one I really could not care less about. But you got a 95 on the test and they don't check. Wow. Oh my god, why fucking mosquitoes? I think they're biting my ankles. Mirror's Edge, made by DICE and published by EA Sports or EA or whatever. I should go and play this game again. It's really fun. Um, it's a game where you do parkour, not free running. Parkour. Free running is different. Parkour is just, from what I've read and seen, parkour is just getting from point A to point B. Free running is like just pulling off some fancy tricks and style and flips, as a way of expression. It's like an art form where parkour is more practical, but free running is more artistic. I guess that's one way to describe it. You're a mosquito magnet. I'm so sorry. Speaking of mosquitoes, they just not only are they not only are they annoying, but they're also horrible. Like I've seen with this one video where there was just this open field with mosquitoes flying around like mad, and then there was this one animal who was unfortunately caught in the crossfire, and so many mosquitoes latched onto that animal and just sucked his blood right out. Like so much blood was sucked right out, and then he ended up falling over and fainting before dying. And I'm almost like, holy shit, mosquitoes are horrible. They're just horrible. They spread disease, they suck your blood, they make you itch like mad. They suck. They suck. But yeah, I digress. Of course, there are ways to get rid of them. You could just spray repel on yourself. But if you're gonna spray repellent, don't get that stuff that leaves a nasty residue on your skin. Ugh. Get the stuff that doesn't leave residue. Or you could just get one of those clip-ons that you can just carry with you. Zika, malaria, West Nile, that's also one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mosquitoes are just. Do we even need mosquitoes? Like I've been reading up on. I once read about mosquitoes. I found that our ecosystem actually wouldn't do that badly without them. It just wouldn't. Because bat mosquitoes aren't the only thing that bats eat. They're just not. Um. Anyway, but I'm getting off topic here. Uh, Mirror's Edge. Yeah, it's a parkour game. It's really fun. It's a really fun game. I like the graphics. The gameplay is fun. You can compete with others with time trials. You could do time trials. It's just a really fun game. I like how they made a game out of parkour, and people liked it. But my problem was that it was just too short in terms of story. Yeah, we have a lot of other bugs to do the job. But Mirror's Edge, yeah, it's a really fun game, but the story mode is short, and the ending is just in one way it's satisfying, but in another way it's disappointing because I don't want to spoil anything, but essentially, really the main problem isn't solved. I won't say what it is, but I'll just leave it like that. Anyway, and they actually made a sequel to this game called Mirror's Edge Catalyst for the PS4 and Xbox One and PC. I've never played it, but I've seen a walkthrough of it, and it is fun. It looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun. It actually has free roam, something that this game doesn't have, which is a disappointment, but at least that game has it. And it's just really fun. And and the combat system is even more intricate than this one. Um, And the story mode is twice as long, but still fairly short. Like you can be done with the game in like 2 to 3 hours. So this one you can be done within under an hour or two. Um, but yeah, but Catalyst still seems to be pretty fun. And there's also competitiveness online, I think. I can't remember. Okay, anyway. But the story in that one is kind of hit or miss. Um, like this one, the story in this one isn't as engaging as the story in Callus, but it's more consistent in terms of quality. Because in Callus you have some good moments, then you have some dumb moments, and then you have some good moments and then dumb moments. But in this one it's just consistent. It's more consistent. But yeah, that's really all I have to say on Mirror's Edge. Maybe they'll make a third game where. But you know what the weird thing is that Mirror's Edge Callus actually fixed the problems that this game had. It's still pretty fun. It has a lot of replay value. You can go back, play the story mode as many times as you can, get the best scores in terms of time and whatnot. You have the first Mario Kart. Yeah. Are you old? Maybe. I don't know. I only have like the Mario Kart games I have are or I have had are the GameCube one, the Wii one, and the DS one. Just those three. I don't have the Wii U. I could not care less about the Wii U version. I think the Wii U version is shit in terms of multiplayer. Because, okay, why the fuck would you have a multiplayer arena that consists of entire tracks from the game? Like, Nintendo, what made you think that was a good idea? What made you think that was a good idea? Like, what made you think that was a good idea? You and you had this right in the GameCube version, the DS version, the Wii version. All those have self-contained arenas that you can move around in and attack others in. But in the Wii U, you decide to just make those arenas full size tracks, and I'm like, why would you? A lot of people were questioning that decision actually, and we're just like, I'm just like, why would they do that? Like this is something that they've gotten right for quite a while, and they just throw it away. Like there was nothing wrong with the arenas in the previous ones, in the previous games. Why would you take that out and put in full size tracks? You didn't see how problematic that was because now all your opponents can just like run away and like from you forever. Like they can just easily escape you, and you can't you can't keep them in one area. Like the arenas are too big now, and thus it can just chicken out and just run away, or it'll take too long for you to go back and get them when you have to leave to get more resources. It's just a stupid idea. What made them think that was a good idea? I can't express it more without raging. You're right. I'm just wondering what made them think that was a good idea. And you guys know me. When I rant about games, I will rip apart game design flaws. I will just rip it apart. I'm just like, I will rip it apart. I will just like rip it, because I have very little patience for that shit. Now, I'm not gonna rip apart every single one. There are just some things that happen in game development that people can't foresee or control. But this is not one of them. You don't you you know what? I'm not even going to talk about that. That game doesn't even matter. I don't care about that game. Really, the only good thing the only interesting thing for me from that game has is that the blue shell now has a counter. You can actually protect yourself against a blue shell, besides fancy drifting. So I guess that's something, but I really don't care. But the Switch version seems pretty cool though. I've seen people play the Switch version. It actually seems like a lot of fun. But then again, the Switch is overall better than the Wii U. It just is. Sorry. Anyway, let's talk about. Oh wait, no, I can't talk about those games yet because I'm not on the Wii games yet. I'm still on the 360 games. But yeah, I have very little patience for stupid game design choices like that. And Nintendo is not inexperienced when it comes to game development. They should have known better than that. But whatever. Oh, Grand Theft Auto 5. Cool, I have it. Um, yeah, this is the Xbox 360 version that I've been playing. I haven't played the PS3 version. Yeah, I played the City of 012. I like that game, but that game has a shit ton of problems. Even more so than the Super Smash Bros. Series. Like it's like Super Smash Bros. But Final Fantasy Edition. Except there are some things that it does even worse than Super Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. Isn't even meant to be competitive. So that says something. But anyway. Oh, you have this game. Okay, cool, Jocelyn. Cool. Um, nice to see you, by the way. And of course, you Shakti. Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, my brother got this game for me as a present. Um, yeah, he got this for me as a Christmas present. So I went and played it, and I actually like the story. It's actually I like it even more than the story in GTA 4 and GTA episodes from Liberty City. This to me is the best story in the series so far. I haven't played San Andreas though, or Vice City. I mean, I played a little bit of both, but I didn't really own the games. I only played them on somebody else's console. Um, but from out of all the GTA games I played, this one has the best story. The story is so good in this game. I absolutely love it. I love Trevor's story. I love Michael's story. I love Franklin's story. I love all these stories. My favorite is Michael's story, to be honest. I don't know. I just love it. And I like that there are there's these missions that you can do where you can choose how you do the mission, and those are really interesting things. Those are really interesting parts of the game. Although I always try to do a new save file just in case I fuck up. But yeah, the story mode in the story in this game is really good, and I love that this game makes fun of social justice warriors. It just makes fun of them. Like that one scene in Franklin's story where his aunt and two other women are like, "We are women and we are free, bringing an end to patriarchy. We are women. Hear our shout. We are women. We have no doubt. We are women and we are free." And then Trevor comes by and just tells them to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, "Oh my God, yes, Trevor, yes, shut them up. Shut these bitches up." Please. Yeah, hey, exactly, Tripster. Nice to see you, by the way. Yeah, I love that part of the story. Trevor just tells him to shut the fuck up, and I'm like, give this man a medal. Give this man a medal. And then he trips on the fence after that, which I laughed at, but still, really funny. Oh, Blue Typhoon. I didn't know you loved my singing. Anyway, nice to see you. Um, Yeah, the game was savage and ahead of its time writing wise. And another thing, you know what's interesting? GTA has actually been making fun of social justice warriors for quite some time now. Like one of my friends on who I have an Xbox Live friend. Well, I have several, but one of my friends from there showed me this one interview in GTA Vice City. You know, like how when you listen to the radio, sometimes there are these interviews and stuff and commercials. There was this one sketch that made fun of feminists and and I can't remember exactly what it was, but she showed it to me and I was like, "Wow, that's actually pretty interesting." But it's pretty easy to miss in the game, but I just find that Rockstar I find it funny because Rockstar is actually not afraid to make fun of these people. And I'm like, "Yes, these people need to be made fun of. They need to be made fun of. They do. They just do." Um, so yeah, this actually isn't the first time that they've actually taken a jab at social justice warriors. Now, I'm not talking about all feminists, obviously, just the ones that are really fucking annoying. Um, but yeah, this game's story is great. And I like that you can switch between different perspectives. It's really cool. And they all have their own, and each character has his or her own. I said his or her own. Each character um, has his own ability, right? Like, I forgot, Trevor can make himself temporarily, like, he can boost his stats temporarily, his physical stats. Michael can slow down time, and Franklin can, um, do a similar ability, but while driving. Like he does Matrix shit while driving, like some focus ability or whatever. I don't know, but all three abilities are pretty cool. My favorites is Franklin's or yeah Franklin's. Um oh SJW's tried to ban their game. I didn't know that, but yeah, this one's pretty good, and the gameplay is pretty fun. And there are some interesting mechanics where you can where in the when in gaming missions you can actually in gameplay missions you can actually switch between different characters at certain points. And I'm like, that is so cool. This game was actually highly praised. It took a lot of work, but it was such a well-received game, and I agree. I actually have the PS3 version of this game too. My brother, I guess, got it from a friend or whatever. He had a PS3 with him at college, but since he moved, he gave it to me to hold at our house for safekeeping. So I'm like, yes, I can play the PS3 now. Um, I haven't played the PS3 version, so I don't know if it's as good as this one, but I have both. So yeah, of course, Grand Theft Auto was considered offensive back in the day. It's so stupid. People, it was probably from that crowd, the people who think that video games cause violence. No, no, they don't. God, like they don't cause violence. That's not how it works. Because you're assuming that people who play games can't differentiate between fantasy and reality. And that actually reminds me of this game. Like, okay, there's a series on Netflix, and I can't remember the channel name for this because I honestly don't even watch TV. Um, it's called Law and Order. Like, there's actually this Law and Order is actually this franchise of several TV series. I haven't watched the original one, but I have watched. I'm watching Special Victims Unit. I actually liked it. I actually like it. I will admit it's not the best, but I like the series. But there was this one episode, and it was called Intimidation Game. I think it was season 16 or something. And the writers, there was this video game developer who was making this game that you guys need to the whole episode in Law and Order SVU, the intimidation game episode was just so fucking horrible. It portrayed gamers in a really negative in a really negative light as these overgrown man children who hate girl gamers and want them out of the community and who play in their mother's basements. And I'm just like, do these people know how the gaming world works? Or maybe they do know about it but don't care about it and they just want to just throw it in there for the sake of it because like why not have some entertainment value? Which okay, and now I would be more forgiving of this if the writing wasn't so terrible because it was terrible. If you guys watch the actual episode yourselves, you will see that it is terrible. It's on Netflix, but it is a terrible episode. It's horrible. It's just a horrible episode. Like the writers clearly didn't know how to write for gamers or what it's just a hot ass mess. You guys just need to see it for yourselves. I can't explain it really all that. I can't explain all that well. Hollywood doesn't like games because yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because that reminds me of this game I talked about earlier, Tomb Raider. There was a movie based on this game, and there was a sequel to this game too. Not the newest game. That's a sequel to the sequel of this game. This is the first game in the newest trilogy, and there's a second game and a third game. But the movie combined plot elements from this game with the plot elements from the sequel. The movie was mediocre. It was. It just was. It was mediocre. Like they clearly did not get the essence of Tomb Raider in that series. They changed some things in the plot, which would be fine. Changing plots in movies isn't uncommon, but if you're gonna change the plot, do actually make it a plot that's good. If you're gonna make a new narrative, make it good. The movie did not. And I talked about this earlier, actually. Like some of my a few of the people on my Discord already know how I feel about the movie, but I will say it here for the record anyway. The movie is mediocre. It's just not very good. The writing is weak. Um, the how Lara goes through a lot of character development in this game. None of that is in the movie. Not a single part of it is in the movie. Like how in the game where she's actually forced to kill somebody to save herself for the first time, the movie has that too, but the emotional impact of that scene is over in like 5 fucking seconds. It's like, oh my god, I killed someone. Oh wait, there's my dad. Okay, really? Whereas in this game, it actually impacts her for a while. I said impact. It should be affect. It affects her for a while. Like, okay, I admit that sometimes it's hard to get games right in movies because, packing an 8 hour adventure into 2 hour film is not easy. But but I'm just like they still could have done a better job with the movie. Like in this game, Lara starts off as a woman with she does have a few skills. Like she knows how to fire an arrow, but she was never portrayed as a badass. Whereas in the movie, she's a badass right from the start. She knows how to box. She can handle herself against multiple people trying to chase her down. Like she makes like there's a game about it in the beginning of the movie. Um, like no, no, no. Like and it's like this throughout the entire movie. She just knows what to do in every situation. Whereas in this one, she had to figure it out because she didn't have those skills beforehand. There's no character development in the movie. She's still the same person she was at the beginning of the movie. And that's the biggest problem I have with the movie. It doesn't capture the essence of what made Tomb Raider Tomb Raider. And on top of that, the new storyline that they have is really dumb. Matthias in this game is a major threat. He's a leader of a cult, a powerful cult known as the Solari. And throughout throughout the game, you encounter his men, and he is really intimidating. He means business. He does not play around. He is an actual threat. Now in the movie, he's a threat too, but see, in the game, he's really his own person. He's his own boss. Whereas in the movie, he's just working for Trinity, who weren't. I mean, Trinity was technically in this game, but they weren't a big thing until the second game. Where, like in the movie, Matthias is just some lapdog for Trinity. Okay, you just ruined his whole character. Like in this game, he is his own. He is the big boss. He is the head of an entire cult. In the movie, he's just working for Trinity. He's still the head of a group, but he's still under Trinity's orders and not under his own orders. And I'm like, you just took everything. And on top of that, Matthias, despite being the villain in this game, actually does have some sympathetic traits about him because he's been trapped on the island forever. So it makes sense as to why he would go insane. Whereas in the movie, it comes out he's just pissed because Trinity won't let him leave until he's found what they're looking for. And I'm just like, you just destroyed Matthias's character in the movie. Like that's not what Matthias is about, and you just ruined all of it. God. And I just have so many things wrong. There's so many things wrong with that movie. I could keep going, but I think I'll just stop here because oh my fucking god. And there are some scenes that are ripped right from the game, like how Lara Croft comes across an abandoned airplane and she has to parachute her way down to safety, and how she ends up getting shipwrecked towards the beginning. Those scenes are in the movie as well. But and they're just as action packed. So I don't have problems with those. The movie has plenty of action, but the writing and the whole idea is just really weak. Now to somebody who isn't a Tomb Raider fan, the movie would be just fine. Like I went to watch the movie with my mom and her friend. They liked the movie. I found it disappointing because it just didn't capture the essence of what Tomb Raider was. And on top of that, now Himiko. Now in this game, she is a supernatural person, a witch with supernatural powers. That's essentially what she is. In the movie, she's just somebody who carries. And this is a spoiler warning, so if you guys don't want to listen to this, I'm just gonna say it right now. This is a spoiler warning. Let me type it in the chat. Let me type it in the chat because I'll tell you guys when the spoiler warning is over. So, spoiler warning. This is your warning. I said it now. Okay. In the game, Himiko, it should be Himiko, but I'm going to say Himiko because whatever. Himiko is this queen with supernatural powers, and in the game you find out that she deal that she died a long time ago, like, but she kept reincarnating herself through various priestesses that were supposed to take her place. Essentially, her soul would come into their body, and then her soul would end up destroying their soul. So essentially, she kept reliving herself, like reincarnating through other bodies. And one priestess who figured out what this was, like there was a whole ritual about this process. She discovered the ritual, and then she killed herself to take her life, so that Himiko can no longer destroy the souls of other priestesses in line. And and this caused her to get upset and rage because now she's stuck it forever in a decaying body, and that's what's causing the anybody who comes into the Dragon's Triangle or Yamatai or whatever to be stuck on the island because her supernatural powers won't let them leave the island. And Lara figures it out and then destroys her body so she can be freed. So, and it's a very interesting and logical premise. Like she can't leave because Lara can't and her friends can't leave because Himiko won't let anybody leave. Like there's some supernatural force that's preventing them from leaving. In the movie, she carries a dead she's dead and she carries a disease. She carries a plague that will kill anybody within seconds of touching her body. Oh, okay. Why? Why? Like the the people the people who lived during the time where she was alive locked her up in a tomb with really hard to solve puzzles and trapped her and put her body in um, some fucking sarcophagus or whatever it's called. I don't know. And um, and put a bunch of traps in the tomb. And you had the whole idea is just dumb. Like if her body is if her body is still if her body can still spread the disease after after you touch it, like after she's died and her body spreads the disease, why didn't you just destroy the body? Granted, the people who lived during Himiko's time period didn't understand how pathogens and germs worked, but it shouldn't have been that hard to come to the conclusion that since her body was still deadly to touch, that they could have just destroyed it and then boom, destroy it, like burn it, cremate it, bury the ashes, you're done. They couldn't. That right there could have just prevented the entire movie, solved the entire movie's conflict, and it could have actually prevented the entire movie from being done. Like it didn't. This whole dead disease carrying queen thing, that's dumb. Why would you change that? It was perfectly. The original idea was fine. Why would you change that? That makes no sense. Like there was nothing wrong with the original story. It made much more sense than just some bitch who carries a disease long after she's died, and that the people who lived with her were too stupid to just burn the body and bury the ashes. And Lara's father ends up doing that in the film anyway when he ends up blowing himself up along with the tomb that Himiko's in. Okay, like like the whole movie is just a fucking hot mess. And another thing that could have prevented the entire movie's conflict. So Lara's father had been researching Himiko for some time, and then suddenly he decides to leave his daughter, at least for a while. He wasn't planning on leaving her forever. He wants to leave her for a while in order to research Himiko. And this was when Lara was like 12 or something. Okay, and then Lara comes back to and finds um his private study where there was a lot of research on Himiko, and she finds this tape that shouldn't have even been playing on the camera because it's been years since she's left. But whatever. Um. So he tells her that he's found a lot of research on Himiko in the tape. He tells her all that, and then he tells her that he loves her and that he wants her to destroy the evidence, all the research of Himiko. And and then instead Lara goes after him, and she doesn't destroy the research. Now, granted, that was a stupid move on Laura's part, but what's also even more stupid is that why the fuck didn't you destroy the evidence yourself? Why didn't you destroy the research yourself? That just that doesn't make any sense. Why, if the research was so important that no that it could fall into the wrong hands, why the fuck didn't you destroy it yourself instead of having your daughter find it by accident? You didn't think she'd come after you long since you've been gone for so long? Like you just left her for years. You didn't think she'd come after you? She wouldn't want to know where you were? Like, oh my god. The whole movie just has these stupid premises that don't just god. But yeah, if you're gonna like they I don't know. The whole movie is a hot mess. I give it a C. C minus. And I'm being generous. I could have given it an F, but I'm like, nah, that'd be too mean. But yeah, that's the end of that. So, end spoilers. So, that's it. So, no more spoilers. That's it. We're going to go back to the games. So, anyway, Grand Theft Auto 5 is fun. And now we go on to. And now, Blue Typhoon would want me to talk about this game Sonic Generations. No, I've never played Gears of War. I've heard good things about it, though. Microsoft actually made a big deal about that game when when the first game was released. They made such a big deal about it that when the developers needed more RAM on the Xbox 360 in order for people to really enjoy the graphics of the game, that cost Microsoft $1 billion to do. They holy shit. They were serious about this game. They were willing to like holy crap. Like Microsoft was serious about Gears of War. But I've never played it. Okay, Sonic Generations. Now then, um, oh hi Excalibur, nice to see you. Um, how many people are watching? Okay, so Sonic Generations. Oh wait, something about Trips. What Tripster said. Yeah, they shouldn't have picked the skinny lady to play Lara Croft. Like, I think that like the actress herself, I don't have a problem with her. Like it's not her. I just think I don't know. I'm not explaining it. I just don't think she was the best fit for the role either. But I didn't think she did that badly though. Anyway, let's go on to Sonic Generations. Now this game is actually very fun. I like it. Both classic and modern Sonic, although I'm more fond of classic Sonic. I only play modern Sonic, sorry. I only play classic Sonic if he had the homing attack on. Um, but yeah, this one's really fun. Uh, yeah, Sonic Generations. He came right on time. So, I'm trying to think. What can I say about this game? So, yeah, the game lets you play between two different gameplay styles. Sonic's classic Sonic and modern Sonic. Both play pretty well, and both are pretty fun. I just like modern Sonic more. I'm more of a modern Sonic fan. That's just how I am. I mean, the quality of modern Sonic games is far less consistent than those of classic Sonic games. Although classic Sonic games had their fair share of bullshit. But I like modern Sonic more nonetheless. So, yeah, the gameplay is pretty fun. I come back to this game occasionally. What I don't like about it is that the story is pretty short. Like you have 9 stages, two characters with that like one for classics. Like in each of the 9 stages, you have one modern version and one classic version, and you have to play both of those versions along with an extra side mission. Like there are side missions on the map, an extra side mission in order to proceed. So you're playing three. You're playing three stages for each um, for each world. And yeah, the story mode is really short. I don't like that, but see that's the thing. It doesn't make this game bad. It just means that this game is just the story mode is just not very long. That's really all it means. Because I'd rather have a good but short game than a bad but long one. I just would. That's just me. Because Sonic 2006 was a considerably longer game and yet it was shit. But this game is much shorter and yet it is much much better. But yeah, another problem with the story is that it's it's really lacking. Like there's barely a plot. Like some villain comes in, the heroes just go through these stages with barely any plot, just talking to some characters that they saved, and then the end there's this twist ending, and you beat the boss. And that's it. This plot is lacking in this game, but the gameplay is pretty fun. I will say that. So, but I don't like that this doesn't have online multiplayer. The 3DS version has multiplayer, online multiplayer. This one doesn't. But that's okay because there are still leaderboards. But not that it matters that much because there are people who break leaderboards, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But all in all, this is a good game. The side missions are fun. I mean, some of them are fun. Some of them are just fucking frustrating, and some of them are all right. The stages are pretty nice for the most part. I can't stand Planet Wisp though. I hate Planet Wisp. Both versions, modern and classic. I hate both. They suck. Planet Wisp is. I just hate that. Planet Wisp was better in Sonic Colors than in this game, in my opinion. I like Planet Wisp and Sonic Colors more because Planet Wisp just didn't feel as frustrating. I mean, granted, in this game it's just one stage. Planet Wisp in Colors, Planet Wisp is multiple stages. It's its own world, but whatever. I mean, in this game, Planet Wisp is kind of a world too. There are missions here too, but whatever. But there's really only one main stage in Planet Wisp, whereas in Colors there are multiple main stages. Oh my god, Excalibur brought up a really good point. Oh my god, I have ranted so much about the Sonic series. This game did bring back Sonic's career because Sonic Team finally started getting their shit together and they just cut out all the bullshit. They just cut out the bullshit. It's like, nope, we're gonna have a single streamlined game, and if it's short, whatever, we don't care, as long as it's good. And they're right, it is a good game. I like this game. Now, as Excalibur said, the Sonic Generations brought back Sonic's career, but then it was killed off again by Lost World, and it was brought back by Mania, and then killed off again in Forces. Now, about Lost World. Now, Blue Typhoon likes Lost World, so I'm not going to say that's a bad game. It's not. From what I've seen, it works. Blue Typhoon um actually had a positive review on the game. Overall positive. There were some negative parts, but it was overall positive. I never played the game myself. I'm not going to comment on, so I can't comment on the gameplay, but I will say this. I don't care about Lost World. I just don't care. Lost World, like when the game first came out, I was like, well, when this game came out, I was excited. When Sonic Generations came out, I was excited. I wanted my mom to get this for me as a Christmas present, and I got it as a Christmas present. And those of you who were watching my channel at the time, I got this as a present. You know this. It was years ago, several years ago, but yeah, I got this as a present. I've been on YouTube for a long time, ever since 2008. 10 fucking years. Anyway, um, but yeah, I was excited when this game came out, and I loved it. Um, with Lost World, on the other hand, I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, and I just forgot about it. I just didn't care about it. I just could not care less about it. The game was like, to me, it was just like, oh, bye. I just didn't find it that interesting. And I can see the game is so boring to me that that I tried to get through watching the story, like just watching the playthrough of this game. I didn't get very far. And I tried watching the Japanese version. Again, I didn't get very far. Just I can't be bothered. I just didn't care about it. I I can't comment on the gameplay aspect, but conceptually, I just find the game boring. I don't care about it. I don't. And I don't have a Wii U, and I don't care to get a Wii U, so I'm not gonna play it anytime soon. I'm just not. I couldn't care less about the Wii U. The Wii U just sucked. Really, the only cool thing about it was that um, you could play while the TV was off. But even then, that really wasn't enough to make people get the Wii U. It just the marketing just wasn't very good for the Wii U. It just wasn't marketed very well. The Switch, on the other hand, now that's a console. Now that's a console I'd actually want to get because, and I've said this before, the Switch it's portable. I like that it's portable and it doubles as a handheld. So that's pretty cool. So you can take it with you wherever you go. I know somebody at my community college who has carries a Switch with him everywhere. I'm just like, that's really cool. I love how portable it is. And the Mario Kart version, and Mario Kart game for that Switch is so much better than the Wii U version. The Wii U version was crap in terms of multiplayer anyway. I can't I can't comment much past that, but yeah. But a lot of people were having fun with the Switch version. I'm just like, that seems pretty cool. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, Sonic's career has been on and off and on and off. Basically, I don't care about Lost World. So, and Forces. Now, Forces I actually did care about. I was actually interested in it, but it was so disappointing to a lot of people, and I can see why. That there were many stages, but they were all far too short. You could play with three different characters, which is actually a cool idea, but the stages were just so short that by the time you get into the stage, with this cool music and gameplay, it's already over. And the story, while better than Generations, is still just not that good. It's not, especially Infinite, who could have been great, but at the end, his character just goes down the drain really fast. And I'm just like, that's it. That's how we defeat him. Okay, so yeah, Forces is a disappointment. And why is Classic Sonic even in Forces anyway? Like the story from Forces is supposed to tie in with the story from Mania, but Classic Sonic just doesn't really have a reason to be there. Oh yeah, and that leads me right to Tails. Right to Tails. Right to Tails. Oh my fucking god. Tails' character. Remember how in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 where Tails proved that he doesn't always need Sonic by his side in order to get shit done and defeat Dr. Eggman? Yeah, in Forces they were just like, nah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just make him completely depend on Sonic again. Why? Like, he couldn't even fight against Chaos Zero. Chaos Zero! And Classic Sonic had to come by and just defeat it with a simple spin jump. I'm like, could Tails really not have protected himself there? Like, okay, why? Why did you ruin Tails' characterization like that? Why? Like, and again, Classic Sonic does not need to be there. He doesn't have a reason to be there. I mean, I don't mind that he's there, but he just doesn't need to be there. He just doesn't need to be there. Story-wise, it makes no sense as to why he's there. But whatever. That whole game was just underwhelming. It's not bad though. It just could have been better. Yeah, like Tails has defeated Chaos 4. You can defeat Chaos 4, but you can't defeat Chaos 0? Okay. And Classic Sonic defeated it so easily. All he just did was spin jump Classic 0. I mean, Chaos 0. Really? Okay. Just But you can tell that Sonic actually did Sonic Team make this game? Yeah, I think they did. I can't remember. I don't know. But whoever made this game, you can tell that Sega was trying to take Sonic seriously this time, but just failed in the end. Whereas in Sonic 2006, they tried to take it seriously at the beginning, but then they just stopped caring towards the end. But yeah, all in all, Sonic Forces was just a very underwhelming experience. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm knowledgeable about quite a bit of things, really. Games, not all games, but quite a number of things. I'm such a nerd. I swear to God, I'm so nerdy. I'm I'm even like at school I was a bit ashamed of it. Sometimes though, more often than not, I was actually proud of the fact that I knew a lot. But anyway, um, but thank you for the compliment. But yeah, the Wii U. I honestly did not care about it. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, cool! You can play with the TV off," but that's not really enough to get me to get it. I mean, there were other things too. Like it had Breath of the Wild, which is also for Switch, along with Super Mario Odyssey. I think that one's also is that one for the Wii U too? I can't remember. I can't be bothered to remember. It had Twilight Princess HD 2, along with Super Mario 3D World and Captain Toad or whatever that game, whatever I don't know. It had those things, but I'm like, again, that's not enough for me to get a console. It's not enough to just have a sparkly little feature like, oh, I can play with the TV off. Okay, no, that's not enough because again, people care, and this is the thing. I've seen a few videos that really detail how important this is. It doesn't matter how many features your console has. What matters is that you have a good library of games. Because at the end, people want to play games. And if your console doesn't deliver on that, it doesn't matter how fancy it is, people are not going to want to get it. That's just how it is. Oh, it's only on Switch. Okay, I thought so. I couldn't remember because honestly, the Wii U, I just don't care about it. But yeah, the Wii U just doesn't really deliver enough. It just wasn't marketed very well. It just didn't do very well. I mean, there are some people who love it and have it, and it's backwards compatible with the Wii, but not with the GameCube, which is understandable. You can only hold on to an old console for so long. But again, and it had New Super Mario Brothers too. But again, people want games. Nobody cares if you have fancy things if you don't allow them to play games. Like the library for the Wii U is it's barely even there. It's barely existent. Almost non-existent. No one just the Wii U, I don't care about it. Now the Switch has actually been doing pretty well though. It's been doing pretty well. Not like I don't think it's as popular as the Wii was. The Wii was really freaking popular. And to this day, people still play it and love it. I have a Wii. I love it. I love my Wii. The Wii U, okay, what's so great about it? The Switch is actually pretty cool because it's portable and it's lightweight and it has a great library of games. So it's a really cool console, and you don't have that with the Wii U. Sorry, Wii U fans. And there are some Wii U fans that would agree that the Wii U's not that great either. Nintendo just kind of missed the mark on that one. Sorry. And they know it. Everyone knows it. I know it. You know it. We all know it. But yeah. But anyway, back to my games. BRB. I'm gonna get more to talk about. Sorry, I need to take a little mini break. Like I said, a little mini break. That's so redundant. But anyway, I wanted to eat something. Just a little quick snack. Anyway, on with our games. I think I'm almost done with the Xbox 360 ones. Actually, no, I'm only halfway through. Wow. Okay. Sega Superstars Tennis. Now, this game is not really very popular. Not because it sucks, but because a lot of people don't know about it. It's just not like it's just not one of those well-known games. Like it's more obscure than popular. I mean, people do know about it, but it's just not out there. But it's a fun game. It's like Mario Power Tennis where there are power shots, but they work differently here. But other than that, it's just a standard tennis game. You have multiple characters, multiple Sega characters. You got five Sonic characters. Oh, excuse me. Two Jet Set Radio characters. Two Space Channel 5 characters. One Sama de Amigo character. Alex Kidd, of course. Um, and what else? How could I forget? There's this one guy named Gilius from Thunder Axe. But honestly, I've never played any of those old school Sega games. Not Space Channel 5, not Alex Kidd, not I played Jet Set Radio, but not um what else? Thunder Axe, anything any of that stuff. I really or Super Monkey Ball. I mean, I did play one Super Monkey Ball game when I was a kid, but that's it. Never really played much of those Sega games, so I didn't even know about most of these people when I played the game. I was like, okay, I've seen that person and that person and that person, but not these people. So yeah. And yeah, they all have different attributes. Like there are four types, actually five types of characters. You got speed, control, spin, um, power, and all around. All around is, all around. Duh. Jack of all trades, master of none. They're not great in any category, but they're not bad in any category either. They're balanced. But honestly, I don't care for. I don't really like all around characters very much. I just can't be bothered with them. I like characters that are specialized. Even if they have glaring weaknesses, I like using them because I can just use their strengths to compensate. Um, but yeah, the difference between all types is that all all around characters are again balanced. Speed characters are the fastest. Sonic, Shadow, Beat, and Gum. They're the only speed characters because yeah, they're the only speed characters. All arounders, there's Amy, Knights, and Riala. Knights, I forgot. There was one more. I forgot what it was. It was Knights. Knights characters are in this one too. Knights and Riala. They're both in this game. Um, but yeah, and there's also the power. There are the power characters: Gilius, Dr. Eggman, Amigo. The spin characters: Tails, Mimi. Um, you got the control characters: Ulala, Pudding, and Alex Kidd. Okay, so as I said, all around characters are balanced. Speed characters are the fastest. Spin characters put spin on the ball, so they make it arch in various directions, like that make it harder to hit back. Power characters hit the ball back really fast. And control characters, at first I didn't know what they did, but now when you play them, when you pay attention to them, it's easy to see what they are. They are less likely to fumble with the ball. Like if you try to return a bad stroke, control characters are less likely to do that. They often hit back good strokes. So they don't fumble with the ball as much as the other types. Because when you play this game, you'll see that the other types will fumble with balls quite a bit. Control characters don't do that as much. Like they'll rarely fumble with the ball. And I actually like using them, especially Alex Kidd, who's surprisingly good in this game. But yeah, those are the differences between the types. And there are missions in the story mode where you can or superstar mode, where you do some tennis mini games and you get a rank. I honestly find these kind of boring. I just find some of the missions boring. They just started me, and some of them I don't think they're very balanced in terms of difficulty either. Some of them are just ridiculously hard, and but others are just to even get a single A on. Like there's a ranking system. It's like C, B, A, AA, and AAA, with AAA being the highest and C being the lowest. I think. I can't remember if there's anything lower than that, but anyway. Um, I'm trying to get. Let's hurry up and get through these games. I'm only going to talk about the Xbox 360 games. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, some of the missions are annoyingly hard. Some of them are so easy, even for being like there are several sections of like different sections of the superstar mode. Like like there are essentially like worlds where there's one from Sonic's world, one from Knight's, and like so on and so forth, each with their own missions. Like for late world missions, some of them are just easy and some of them are just horribly difficult. But yeah, so I don't think the difficulties balance very well. But still, I don't even bother with the story mode. I just find it boring overall. But the multiplayer is fun. You can actually play online with other people, but hardly anybody is ever online. I haven't. It's this game is just not very popular. Sorry. But all in all, it's an alright game. It just could have been more. It's just basic. It's bare bones. It's just could have been better, but it's just a basic tennis game. It works, but it's not that interesting. But still, I'll put it in the decent pile. Burnout Revenge. Oh my god, I have so many memories with this game. This game is fucking awesome. I don't play it much anymore, although I did play it a few months ago, but it's really fun. Oh my god, this was our first Xbox 360 game, and I played it so much as a kid, up until one point where it just stopped working because my brother, sister, and I were too dumb to realize that you really are not supposed to move the Xbox 360 while the disc is inside. And thus we ruined the game and couldn't play it for a few years. And then I went and got another game, another version. I mean, yeah, another disc, and we played it again, but not that much because at that point we were already like, you know, our hype with the game was already over. But yeah, this game was so much fun. It's part of the Burnout series, obviously, but this is the fourth entry. I have the first game on the GameCube, but this is the fourth game. Um, This game is really fun. I've only played online once, and it was fun, but but it was hard getting the game in the first place. And nowadays, I doubt anybody is even online. I could look now, but there's no point. Um, yeah, the gameplay is pretty fun. You can. There are two types of. Actually, there are multiple types of gameplay, but it all boils down to two types, three types actually: time trials, races, and just causing as much destruction as possible. Actually, there's a fourth type, not getting hit. So there are plenty of challenges in this game, and I really like that. This actually won a gaming award. Yeah, it's a great driving game. It was really popular at the time, and the fact that you could play online and you actually had a ranking and like that took track that kept the game kept track of how many takedowns, especially signature takedowns where you do takedowns in special places and how many people you defeat. Like all this was just very fun, and it gave you motivation to keep playing the game. This game had a lot of replay value. Like there were so many missions you could do. There was so much to do. There was always something to do in this game. It's really fun. The trap, like where you can just cause as much destruction as possible, whether you're doing traffic checks for cash or attacking your opponents or taking down as many opponents as you can, or where you're avoiding getting hit by like doing eliminator races where crash breaker eliminator races where if you crash your car too much, um you're out of the race. And there's also another, and that's also for the sections where you take out as many opponents as you can. But anyway, but yeah, there's just so much to do. And of course there are the time trials and whatnot. Those are my least favorite, not because they're bad, but because I just find the other events more fun. But anyway, yeah, this is a fun game. And you actually get a 48-hour trial with this. It's a fun game. I can't remember what happened to the manual though. When I was a kid, I would often read game manuals and even reread them because I just found them that entertaining. I'm a nerd. I'm just saying. But yeah, this game was so much fun. There wasn't a story mode, but there was a campaign. With again, that was really what you were. It was really that's really all that there was for missions. The campaign. I mean, there was a local multiplayer mode and an online multiplayer mode. The local multiplayer mode was fun, but we didn't really play it that much. I mean, well, we did play it sometimes. It was fun. We played it sometimes, but we often did the campaign mode more. But one thing that I don't like about this game is that a lot of the cars that you get in the game just look the same. Like they'll give you different cars. Like after beating the mission, they'll have to give you a special car with a special name, but they all just look the same to me. Like they just don't look that different. And there were times where I thought they were just giving me the same car. I'm just like, okay. I mean, they all have their own special abilities though, so that's good. But honestly, a lot of these abilities are more or less the same. The cars just didn't have much variety. Although there were some cars that were retardedly good. Um, anyway, but yeah, all in all, this is a good game. I love it. It's both online and offline. It is so much fun. So that goes in the decent pile. Okay. Shrek the Third. Oh, I have a lot of games to go through. Okay. Oh shoot. How many more games do I have? I'm not even going to cover the sports games. Here, let me shorten my list a bit. This one. My mom got this for me at a garage sale. Um, I honestly did not know. I honestly tried playing it. I didn't know how to fucking play it. I couldn't get past the first mission. It told me that I'm supposed to do something, some sort of landing, special landing, but I could never figure out how the controls work. So I don't really like this one. I don't know how to play it. Didn't care much for it. So see you later. Okay, and the sports games. I'm not going to cover most of the sports games because my brother plays these. I don't. Like he has Madden NFL 08, Madden NFL 13, Madden NCAA Football 13, Madden NFL 12, and NBA 2K9. And he also has some other NBA 2K games. I think he has 2K17, 2K16, 2K18 maybe, 2K4. I don't remember. He has a lot of sports games, but I'm not going to cover these. So, bah. I mean, they're neither good nor bad because I don't have an opinion on them. So we only have a few games left. Cool. Okay, so there's one sports game that I do want to cover. So back to what I was saying before. Okay, so don't worry, guys. We're almost done. We only have, I think, 5 games left. I tried looking over there. I couldn't find any more. Okay, I have a feeling that I'm missing a Connect game. I thought I had 7, but here I only have 6. Something's missing. What is it? Can't remember. Oh well. Shrek the Third. This game. Now, this is based on the movie, so if you haven't watched the movie, you won't understand the game. Actually, I think I played the game before I watched the movie. I can't remember. But I like both the game and the movie. Now, this game. Now, the thing about this is that a lot of movie-based games are just not very good. They just suck. Because it's hard to make a game out of a movie. There are times where it does work. Like Spider-Man 2 managed to do it. The movie the Cars game, like the Pixar Cars film, the game was actually well received, and I agree. It's actually a fun game. I'm trying to think of others that are good. Spider-Man 2, Cars, Shrek the Third. What else? I can't think of any. I have several movie-based games, but I don't know. For some reason, I most of they just don't suck. I just the movie-based games that I have just don't suck. I guess I just attract good ones. But anyway, this is a decent game. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's decent. I like it. The story mode is fun. There are 20 levels. Um, the game isn't really all that long, but it's certainly longer than Mirror's Edge. Uh, uh, yeah. It follows the plot closely, actually, not too closely, but closely enough. Um, so yeah, Prince Charming's the villain, and you gotta stop him, but you have to get Arthur to be the king first because Shrek doesn't want to be king, and all that stuff. It's like the movie. Um, the gameplay is pretty fun though. And like especially in the story mode. Although I didn't like that you couldn't do co-op in the story mode like as you could with um in Shrek in Shrek 2. I mean, I still had fun with the game. In fact, actually the lack of a co-op mode didn't bother me that much. It bothered me somewhat, but not too much. But anyway, but I guess that's just a choice. Um, but yeah, the story mode was actually pretty fun. And to say it's still fun. Like, I mean, of course, looking back at it now, the game isn't that great, but I do recall renting it on the PS2 when I was a kid, and I loved playing it. And I played on 360, and I still love playing it. Um, but yeah, and the multiplayer, there are two multiplayer modes actually, which is confusing. I mean, there's one mode that doubles as both single player and multiplayer, and there's one that's multiplayer, and then there's a story mode. So that's confusing. But the multiplayer mode, just the multiplayer, where you have to have a second person to play, requires that you shoot. You're shooting at targets on the field, and now in the story mode you do that too, but that's only for a few levels. In the multiplayer mode, that's just a different. That's just its own game mechanic. Like they made a mode out of that game mechanic. So yeah. I honestly don't care much for it. I kind of find it boring. I just do. I mean, and plus you couldn't really play it that much because you needed a second person to play it with you. So that's kind of sucks. They could have put that in with the other game set where you could do one or two players. Which brings me to the minigame section where you can do one or two players. Like there are five. My favorite is Catacombs Leap. Um, my second favorite would be Ships Ahoy. My third favorite would be the shooting gallery with the tomatoes, where you shoot moving targets on stage. Ships Ahoy is when you just sink ships with your cannons, and Catacombs Leap is when you're just jumping through obstacles. And then there's Frog Herder, where you try to herd frogs into your pond, and within the time limit. And you can play with a friend, and you both compete to see who gets more frogs. That one's all right. It's not great, but it's not bad. And then you have Shrek, the shuffleboard game, Shrek. Um, the Shrek shuffleboard game, which also isn't bad, but it's the least entertaining out of all the games for me. It's I wouldn't say it's completely boring. It's just a little bit boring. Sometimes it's entertaining and sometimes it's not. Yeah, it's a Shrek game. This one's actually not bad. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Not eight's a bit too high, six is a bit too low. It's a decent game. I think most people will find this game decent while playing it. It's actually not bad. It's definitely it's definitely not a terrible movie-based game because movie-based games tend to be shit. But this isn't one of them. But yeah, all in all, I find this game good. So I'll put it in the decent pile. And you're asking if I played Shrek 2 before? No. Actually, I think once, but only as a kid, and that was really only once. And I was playing on someone else's console. So yeah, but yeah, I don't remember much from Shrek 2. All I remember is that you could play up to 4 players on the missions, which is good. Oh yeah, the SpongeBob movie game. Right. The SpongeBob games that I have are also pretty good, even though they're licensed games. I should play Shrek 2 sometimes. I've been planning to do it, but I've never gotten around to it. Um, but yeah. But yeah, Shrek. If you like Shrek 2, Shrek the Third, maybe it's I don't know if it's as good as Shrek 2, but it is fun. And the story mode's kind of funny. Stream Shrek the Third. Yeah, I actually should be doing that. Maybe I'll do it, but I have other game. You know what? I don't know. You can glitch and throw Prince Charming out of the map. Oh, you're talking about the second game, not the third game. Well, are you talking about the second game or the third game? Oh, you meant Shrek 2. Boy. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I should play Shrek 2 sometime. It seems fun. And there's actually a game for the first movie too. Well, multiple games, but there's only one game that's the original. The other games are just spin-offs. I never played that one. But it's like Super Mario 64 where you go around and do tasks for the equivalent of stars or some shit. I don't know. It was a weird game. It was just a weird game. But Shrek 2, a lot of people like that one. So I'm like, okay, why don't I try it? But yeah. So now we go on to this. Oh my god, my camera's losing focus. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay. We're almost done, guys. We only have a few games left. Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal. Okay. This game. I liked this game when I was a kid, and I played it with my brother a lot. Because the co-op mode is really fun, and the weapons are actually fun to use. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog, where the weapons in this game are actually fun to use. Of course, you wonder why weapons are even in this game, even for Looney Tunes, but they work. I mean, they're not like Shadow the Hedgehog. They're not like real weapons. They're cartoony weapons, but they still over the top. Even for Looney Tunes. But anyway, the weapons were fun to use and they worked. Most of them were good. There were some that were shit, but most of them were good. Um, but yeah, but see, this game, it got negative reviews, mixed to negative reviews, because it's just not very good. Um, the story mode, I mean, I like the co-op aspect. It's fun to playing with a friend and going through the levels. I find the levels interesting. Like But the levels themselves are interesting, but the design is so shit. And there was actually somebody who reviewed this on YouTube, and he borrowed my footage for my gameplay footage. I have a walkthrough of this game on my channel. He borrowed my gameplay footage from that. Um, of course, I mean, technically he didn't need permission. And he actually did, PM me saying, "Hey, could I use this?" But I didn't respond not because I ignored him, but because I don't check the messages inbox on my channel because I forget that it exists. So if you want to contact me, yeah, don't use the messages. Like some people do that because they don't want to clutter my videos with comments. I'm just like, no, that's perfectly fine. Don't send me messages. Like I probably won't read them. But yeah, he didn't need my permission to borrow the footage because it's not as if I own the game. But yeah. So I commented on it and saying, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with that review. This game sucks. It just does. What's his user? I don't remember. I could probably look it up, right? Like I could probably find it really easily, but yeah. I was actually flattered that he borrowed my gameplay footage because I actually did 100% this game. I just don't want to do it again because this game is indeed poorly made. And DBZ's right. This game is poorly made. Oh yeah, I forgot to say hi to you. I thought I said it already. I guess I forgot. Whatever. But anyway, hi. But yeah, this game sucks. It sucks. It just sucks. I'm sorry. I had fond memories of this while playing with my brother, but looking back at it now, it just sucks. My cousin likes it. I've sometimes brought it over to her house so we could play it together, but honestly, just it's fun to play with as a friend, sort of, but it's just not very good. For one thing, this game is kind of buggy. There are times where you just die for no reason. Like after touching one specific part of a level, you just die like that for no explanation. And it's like that in Sonic 2006 too. Sonic 2006 is also like that, where you die while touching something instantly. I'm just like, what the fuck? And there are times where certain parts of the level won't load properly, so you end up being stuck there unless you just quit the level or restart. And like there was this one level where this happened quite a lot, where I would go through this level, and it was towards the end, which was pretty frustrating. Where you would go through this part of the level, but the next platform to get to the next area wouldn't load properly. So if that happened to you, you just had to restart and hope that it did show up. That it shows up. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. Like it's just the game. This game's just buggy. It's just buggy. Not as bad as Sonic 2006, but still bad. And another thing, the lighting. The lighting in this game is just bad. There are times where you will not know where you can't see shit and you won't know where you're going because both the lighting and the camera are crap. Because they're crap. They're crap. And the level design in some areas makes this even worse. Like there's this one area, like okay, you go back in time in these certain parts of the story. You go back in time to these certain areas where the Looney Tunes ancestors lived, and you have to save them from getting erased by robots sent in by the villain, so that the ancestors were erased, then the Looney Tunes wouldn't exist. Okay, it makes sense for a plot. It's dumb, but it makes sense. That's not the problem. The problem is that some of these levels are just designed really fucking poorly. Like there's this one instance where you have to go back in time to save Taz's ancestor. You know, the Tasmanian devil. You go back in time to save his ancestor. There are two levels in this world. The first one is really crappy. It is confusing in layout. The lighting is crap. The camera's crap. You can't you can't see shit. The platforms are unreliable. You could probably die if you're not careful. The second level isn't as bad. It's more linear, and there aren't as many platforms. But the first one is shit. Like that guy I talked about who brought my footage. And you know, don't be mad at him. He credited me for it, and plus he didn't actually have to ask me because I don't own the game. And I acknowledge that he borrowed my footage anyway. I don't like, you don't need permission to borrow someone else's footage, but that's not the point. The point is that I saw his review and I'm like, he made a lot of good points. So if you want to see why this game sucks, go watch that review because he covers pretty much everything. Because the game's just not very well made. And yeah, the final boss would glitch and it's just stupid. Like there are just some parts where the game just glitches and freezes. And I'm just like, really? Okay. Who made this game anyway? Havoc? I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Havoc. Or Red. No, Red Tribe made this game. Red Tribe or WB Games. I don't know. But the point is that this game was just not very good. What's this user? I don't know. DBZ. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Because he actually credited me in the video. I know DBZ's like, what's his user, bitch? What's his user? And I'm like, okay, let me look it up. Damn. Now I'm playing. And Avery once, like I streamed this game with my cousin in a random stream once. Some of you saw it, some of you didn't. Avery saw this game and he was like, this game looks like shit. And I'm like, yeah, because it is shit. It's shit. It is shit. It's shit. Sorry. Is it him? Is this the guy? Oh shit! No! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Okay. I think this is a guy. I can't even remember. It might have been. Oh yeah, this is the one. His name is Ghost Ion. He borrowed my he borrowed my footage. Yeah, and he credited me like at what? I can't remember exactly where. 14 minutes and 21 seconds into the video. So let me just post the link right here. So yeah, just go and click on that because he covers why this game is so shit. And you can see that I left a few comments and I was like, okay, here's one of my comments. The lighting is much better on the Xbox 360 because he's playing the PS2 version. There are 3 different versions of the game. Or at least the ones that I know about. I don't remember if there are any other versions, but there's a Wii version, excuse me, a PS2 version and an Xbox 360 version. I own the 360 version, of course, but the Wii version, the PS2 version, I've never played those. They all have their differences. This one lets you play online with other people, the co-op mode, people let you can play online with people in this, but the game's so crap that you won't really find anyone online. The Wii version uses motion controls, obviously, but I can't remember what else it does. I think it's identical to this one, other than the lack of online play. And the PS2 version has an extra character, Wile E. Coyote, along with an extra level for him. That's what I've read. I don't know. But they all have their differences. So yeah, he was playing the PS2 version, and here's what I said about honest review. The lighting is much better on the Xbox 360. It still could use some work, but it's okay on that version. Yeah, it's not completely crappy, but it's crappy nonetheless. On the PS2 version, though, damn. And if you see his review, you can see that the lighting is crappy on the PS2 version. And yeah, I commented that the level I was talking about earlier with, where you try to save Taz's ancestor, that the first level, the second one, not the first, not the second one, the first one, it is shit. It's just shit. Because the platforming is just so fucking bad. Like, just fucking horrible. Like, I can't stand it. He has no chill as well. Yeah, exactly. We're chillless. We're chillless people. We can't help that we lack chill. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. Sometimes I diss people. Like whenever people tell me about Cardi B, I'm just like, who? That's just how I am. That's just how I am. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, Cardi B. I'm sorry. I know this is off topic, but she's so fucking overrated. But yeah, this game crap. Sorry. Ew. I feel dirty for just touching it. And I had fond memories of this game. And my cousin likes it. I'm like, well, girl, when you're no longer 12, you'll understand. Actually, she turns 12 this year. But whatever. It's like she turns 12 in November. Uh, but yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, 3 more games. Awesome. So you got Tomb Raider Underworld. This game, I actually like this game. I mean, nowadays I don't. I'm not. My opinion is not as positive as it was back then. But overall, I still find it a decent game. It's it's a classic Tomb Raider game. You jump around, explore. Explore tombs. It's just standard fight enemies. It's just standard Tomb Raider stuff. Except this game has some really impressive graphics, and the environments are really nice. But what I don't like is that the game is short. Not the shortest. It's longer than Legend, definitely. Legend was really short, but it's still. No, she's 12. She's almost 12. I'm like twice her age right now. I'm 20. I just turned 24 a few days ago. Like my birthday was on the 2nd, as some of you already know. Yeah, I turned 24 on the 2nd of October. My cousin's birthday, I think hers is on November 11th or 12th. I can't remember. I think it's the 12th. So yeah, Stephanie turns 12 on the 12th, I guess, or 11th. I can't remember, but it's November definitely. Yeah, she's grown up so fast. I've known her since she was 3. That's 9 years, and I was 15 at the time. Um. Anyway, and yeah, her sisters grew up fast too. I remember when one of her sisters was a baby. The second oldest, she was a baby when I last saw her. She was 1, and when we shortly after we saw that she walked for the first time, we were all excited. We were like, "Oh my God, she's walking!" And then after that, we just stopped seeing them for some years, like a long time actually. And when we came back, they had already grown up, and I'm like, "Damn, time flies." But yeah, yeah, Stephanie's almost 12. Anyway, I just don't get how she can like this shit. But anyway, Tomb Raider Underworld, fun game. Like the environments are nice, but I don't know. I just feel that the game's a bit underwhelming now that I think about it. I liked it when I played it, but nowadays it's not bad. It's actually good. It's just not the most exciting Tomb Raider game I played. I found Legend more exciting, believe it or not. And Legend is even shorter than this game, but this game's still good. Certainly more exciting than Anniversary. Anniversary is kind of boring. Like the first half of the game is fun, but then the second half is just like I've tried replaying that game multiple times, so I just always stop halfway through. Always at the same place. I'm like, this is boring. I'm not playing this anymore. But yeah, time really does fly. Because I've been on YouTube for 10 years, ever since 2008. I'm not joking. That's exactly when my parents let me have a YouTube account. And I was 14, like half my age as I am. Not half my age. I'm not 28. I'm 24. Yeah, 10 years ago. That's when I started making YouTube videos. Of course, most of them were crappy at the beginning, but then they got better over time because I kept getting better and better equipment, and now I'm streaming like a boss, live streaming with DBZ, who was actually one of my old fans. He said so himself, like, and I actually saw one of his old comments years ago where he posted that he liked one of my videos, and then here he is side by side with me. And I'm just like, wow, that's such a freaky coincidence. But anyway. Oh, my oldest videos are so cringy. Like they were so crap. Like I used to point a camcorder right at the TV. And at first it worked, but then it was just over time. I was like, that's not gonna work. And if you do that now, people will laugh at you. Like there's no point as to why you can't get a capture card now. It is mandatory. Like pointing a camcorder back then was fine, where you could point at your TV or your PC. But nowadays, no, you don't do that. Used to always watch them. Like, I'm so flattered. Like one of my fans is now my one of my friends and my moderators. Like that's so cool. And we can chill. We can shade people together. Like, oh yeah. Oh, your account was deleted. Well, not that account, but a different account. But yeah. Anyway, Tomb Raider Underworld. Nice. It was like it's part of the like there are three timelines in the Lara Croft series so far, the Tomb Raider series. The classic games made by Core Design. Um, the Crystal Dynamics games, like with Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld, and then the Crystal Dynamics games with the Tomb Raider 2013 reboot, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So there are three different timelines, and they're all different Laras. This is the last game of the second trilogy, of the second timeline. I mean, it's a trilogy, but it's the second timeline. So yeah, this one I don't have much to say about it. The gameplay is fun, the environments are fun, but it's not the most exciting Tomb Raider I've played. But it's good. It's good. It's buggy at times though, so you gotta be careful about that. But it is fun nonetheless. So I put it in the decent pile. Do not. But before I do that, before I move on to games, do not play the PS2 and Wii games. Those versions. Those are shit. They are shit. The Xbox 360, PS3, and PC versions are fine. The PS2 and Wii versions are shit. They are crap. They're essentially scaled down. They're downgraded versions of these games, of the HD versions. They are crap. They are absolutely crap. Oh, hi. Bye, Tortuga. Thank you for coming. Bye, mis putas. No, I'm kidding. But anyway. Yeah, exactly. Now recording with the webcam is kind of embarrassing, and people will laugh at you, and rightfully so. Anyway, but yeah, like it doesn't like if you save up your money, you can get like a decent capture card. Like I use my Dazzle. I've had my Dazzle for years, and it still works just fine. I mean, it doesn't record 1080p, but 720p at most. But I like it. I don't feel like getting another one. I probably should get another one though. I probably should. Like I think I need to upgrade because you can only have a Dazzle for so long. But it's actually working really well after all these years. But yeah, do not play. Oh, I'll see you in a bit then, DBC. Do not play the Wii and PS2 versions. They are downgraded versions of the HD versions. Because what they did was they took out big parts of levels and made the levels smaller. And on top of that, there are even fewer enemies than in the HD versions. And in the HD versions, there weren't that many enemies to begin with. I mean, they were still there, but there weren't that many. But in the PS2 and Wii versions, they're barely even there. And the graphics look so much worse. They're just fucking awful. And there's no excuse for it because the PS2 version of Legend and the PS2 and Wii versions of Anniversary looked much better than this. Even the PSP version of Legend looked much better than this. But the PS2 and Wii versions of Underworld just are absolute shit. I don't know what the developers were doing. They were just lazy. Like, it's just horrible. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the graphics are crap. Just awful to look at. Ugh. Like Legend, like the PS2 version and Wii versions from the previous games were better in comparison. I don't know what the hell happened with Crystal Dynamics. They should have just not made those versions at all. They just wasted money putting in that stupid product just to get a quick. I just hate that. But yeah, if you're gonna play Underworld, play the Xbox 360 version, PS3 version, or PC version. Now the stupid thing is that this game has DLC, and but see, the thing is that the DLC is only available for the Xbox 360 version. Like the DLC is there are two extra levels in DLC. The Xbox 360 version has them, but the PS3 version and PC versions don't, which is really stupid. So I could play them. I could play the extra versions, but somebody with the PSC version won't be able to, which is dumb. But other than that, yeah, this game's pretty fun. So it goes in the decent pile. Hold on. Let me take a little break. God, I gotta learn how to... My throat's already hurting. I don't think I'm speaking properly. Ow. Which is weird because there are times where I can actually speak for a while without this. I just don't know. Okay, let me save that. I want to talk about when DBZ's here. NBA Ballers. I don't know what happened to the cover, the cover. But here's the case. Here's the manual and here's the game. NBA Ballers Chosen One. Now this is one of the few sports games that I actually do play. I don't care much for sports. My brother loves the sports games. I don't care much for them. But this is one that we both like. Excuse me. And it's a lot of fun. It's essentially street basketball with different moves. Um, um, let's see, what else? What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's already an NBA Ballers game, but this is NBA Ballers Chosen One. So this is like the sequel to that, I guess. But anyway, it's a fun game. Like you could do plenty of tricks. You could like you technically these street basketball does not follow the rules of regular basketball, obviously, but this game takes it to another level where you could just do all sorts of fancy and even crazy tricks with the ball. You could fake people out, like do combos and whatnot. It's just a really interesting game, and I like it. It's just that there are times where the difficulty, this game has difficulty spikes, so and it is very, very annoying, especially towards the end. Like, but there's this one guy where you can't get blocked by him. You can't get blocked by him if you want to win, and that's really hard where in this game the AI opponents will constantly be trying to block you. Sometimes they succeed, sometimes they don't. It's really frustrating. And there are other challenges like that in the game too, but that's the one I can think of that stands out the most because it's just so infuriating. But yeah, and like there are some crazy moves that you could do, even crazier moves. Like other than the combos, there are even crazier moves that you can do. Where you could do like level 1 super shots, level 2 super blocks, and level 3 super dunks. So yeah. But the higher your level, the higher the level of the move, the more of the meter you waste. Like there's a meter that you have, but that allows you to do these shots when filled. So yeah, but it's still an interesting mechanic. I honestly just use level 1 and level 2 shots, especially level 1. Level 3 ones I don't do much because honestly, they I don't think that they're just not really worth doing that much. You could I think they score just as much as a level 1. I don't remember what it is, but I do remember that level 3 shots really aren't worth saving up all that energy for. But anyway, and also there's this foul meter where you could technically get away with doing things that wouldn't be legal in regular basketball, but you have a foul meter, and if you do it up to 5 times, I think you lose the match or something like that, or you turn over the ball. I can't remember. No, I think you lose the match. Yeah, I think you lose the match. And there are some challenges where you can't even get foul. You can't even foul, period. Or you can only foul once, or I can't remember. But yeah, it's an interesting system. But some people actually don't like this game. I'm like, oh, I like it. Some people like the original NBA Ballers, but I never played it, so I wouldn't know how it is. But yeah, my brother and I have fond memories of this game. We play the multiplayer and we play the story mode. We play the story mode more often though. The multiplayer is alright, but we just play the story mode more often. Picking a player, like there's a story mode where you just start off low, like as a nobody, and then you work your way up the ranks, and then you play, and then you ball with the best people, and you get in commercials and stuff. It's an interesting story mode. But yeah, all in all, this game is fun, and there are some good music tracks. There are a few that I really like. But anyway, yeah, that's that. So yeah, a decent game. I think it's good. Some people don't like it. I do. I mean, this game's kind of short though, and there's more. I felt that there was more that I could have offered, but it's not bad. And there are some real celebrities that actually do speak in the game. But yeah, like in Ice Age 2: The Meltdown, except the celebrities in that game barely even talked about the game itself. So whatever. Okay, now that DBZ's here, let's talk about. I think he knows about this game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Do you know about this game? I can't remember. The game where this was part of one of my fails videos where I walked out during a mission when I was supposed to stay hidden, and by the time the guy warned me, I was already out there. That was funny. But yeah, actually, that was my first time playing the campaign mode in this game. I'm not joking. I mean, granted, it wasn't that bad because the missions you do in the special ops, many of the missions you do in the special ops you do in the story mode anyway. So I played the special ops missions a lot. I hardly touched the campaign mode. So I played them with my brother a lot. So I pretty much already knew what to do on much of the story mode. But yeah. Anyway, this game is really fun. The graphics are impressive. The the graphics are impressive. The gameplay is really fun. The special ops missions are my favorite, where you could do them by yourself or with a friend. Those are so much fun. My brother and I would play those for hours. They were just so much fun, especially the ones with the juggernauts. Those were so intense. Where my brother and I would shit bricks every time the juggernaut would come and kill us. We were like, oh shit, kill it, kill it. And we're just like, fuck. Like, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Like to kill the juggernauts, you take them out with explosives and headshots, which is actually harder than it looks. But yeah, so much fun. Like you know that estate mission where you go into this estate in the woods or something? That one is so tense. That one is so fucking tense. Because the juggernauts can come out from anywhere. And you don't want them near you. Period. Oh my god. Like I once read this one comment from a YouTube video on the game saying that this guy, his brother, he was playing with his friend or whatever, and then they only had one enemy left, and then his friend went out to go and see if there were any enemy where the last enemy was. Then it ended up being the Juggernaut, and then his friend was bleeding out, and then he shit bricks as the Juggernaut closed in on him. And I'm like, That must suck, man. But yeah, so many memories with this game. My brother and I still play it to this day, actually. Yeah, this game was just so much fun. The story mode's good. Although I didn't really play it that often. I never really made it past the first few levels. The the special ops missions are really fun. Now the multiplayer, I just I suck at shooting games. I just do. My brother's better at them than I am, especially in Halo, and even in the Call of Duty where he's often getting more kills than I am. I just suck at them. I'm better at providing support than actually going out and fighting. I'm just more of a defensive type, but and a support type or whatever, both same difference. Um, so you can imagine the point is that I suck at shooting games, and you can imagine that I'll go online. Like I once went online in Xbox Live and I got mowed down in like 10 seconds. I'm like, really? So I like, okay, let me try this again. And I just kept getting killed, 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 killed. And then like sometime later I went back and played it again and I still ended up getting killed repeatedly. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. And yeah, I can see why people would rage online DBZ. This game, you need skill to be multiplayer in this game. Like, I didn't even have that much of a problem in Halo. God, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on multiplayer will kick your ass. And I bet there are still people playing online because this game is really good. And it is balls hard. Like I had trouble getting through with the I think was I playing on regular or recruit? I can't remember. I think it was recruit. I mean regular. I think it was regular. I think it was regular, but I can't remember. I think I was playing the story mode on regular, and then during the story mode, I made so many fucking mistakes. Accidentally running into enemies, running into tanks that killed me within seconds. Um, yeah, it was a hot mess. Um, and you guys saw, and there was also this one part of the stream where I was accessing the bonus level. You know where you have those exhibits that come to life, and you have these enemies. And you actually have to work to kill all of them, which is harder than it looks. And I've only been able to do it once for one room only. But that was fun though. Yeah, that was just one of the bonus areas. This game was just so much fun. It had so much to offer. I really liked the bonus level, and I liked the story mode and the special ops missions. The multiplayer mode kicked my ass, but yeah, I just didn't touch it. I bet there's still people playing online right now. I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not playing that. But all in all, this is a really fun game, and the story mode was great. But one thing about the story mode was that there's this mission. There's this airport mission, and DBZ helps me with this part. There's this airport mission where you infiltrate a Russian, not was it a Russian army or whatever, like one of the bad Russian armies, and they or whatever, some group, organization, whatever, they go in and then you just fucking murder everyone. It's like they fucking kill everyone. There's blood on the ground, people running all over the place, police police guards getting killed like that. Oh my god, it was fucking awful. But honestly, it did not affect me. It just didn't affect me. Like the game actually gives you a warning saying this could trigger you. Are you sure you want to go through with this? You don't have to go through with it and there's no penalty. You can still get the achievements in the game without going through this mission. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let's go. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're terrorists essentially. And yeah, this COD really does have one of the best campaigns. I mean, I don't play the campaign mode that much. I'd rather play the special op missions, but the story mode was good. But yeah, um, but yeah, that mission was really gruesome. But honestly, it didn't bother me that much. It just didn't. It just didn't. Like the school shooting I experienced at my community college, it really didn't affect me that much. At the beginning, I was scared, but after a while, I was like, okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad that the game actually had the courtesy of giving you the option because some people do get triggered by that. I'm just so like you don't have to play it, so we give you here's your warning. So if you play it, it's on you. It's like it's a disclaimer, and they were smart about doing that. But honestly, it's not the most gruesome I've seen. I've seen much more gruesome shit from other games where you get limbs cut off, you get stabbed in the worst areas. Ugh. But yeah, and I hate how at the end of the mission, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a twist ending, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just like, and I'm like, how did they know? How did they know that secret? They knew it. And then I was like, holy crap. Oh, and by the way, don't shoot. And of course, obviously, you don't want to shoot the Russian terrorists that are with you because if you do, oh, mm, you'll regret it. Like they will kill you instantly. Like especially the leader. Like if you kill him, if you try to kill whatever. Like if you hit him or shoot him or whatever, melee him, whatever. Like he'll just come and kill you instantly. He'll be like, bye. Bye. And I'm just like, oh shit. I don't think you can kill him, but I never tried to. Like, I was too nervous to do it on my stream. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. Ooh, fuck that. But oh, you lagged, DBZ. But yeah. Anyway, I remember. Yeah, I remember the museum. I was actually talking about that earlier. Yeah, the museum level is interesting. You have these exhibits, and you can make them come to life, and you have to mow down everyone, which I actually managed to do, but it took me fucking forever. And it was only one exhibit. There are two exhibits, but I can only do one of them. I can only mow down one of them. I was like, oh shit, I can't do this. Especially with there were juggernauts in there. I'm like, juggernauts are ridiculously hard to kill because they're very armored. You can only they only get killed by headshots and grenades, and even then it takes a while for you to kill them. And there's even a special ops mission in this game where you only have where you have to kill only the juggernauts with um a knife and grenades. And I'm just like, I can't do that. I think my brother and I tried it once and we lost miserably. I think we tried we managed to do all the missions except for the last three. The last three are extremely hard to do. But we managed to do all the others on regular difficulty at least. And I'm just like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, this game is really fun. It has a lot to offer. So much replay value. The missions are fun. The story's fun. The multiplayer is fun. If I didn't, well, it would be if I didn't suck so much. There's plenty of content. It's just a really great game. I just love it. And my brother and I still go back and play it. It's just that fun. We never get tired of this game. But yeah, that's really all I can say about it. It's a great game. Yeah, the missions on hard mode, I think I've only managed to beat one or two missions on hard mode. And they were the first few, and I'm just like, I can't do that. I just can't. You have to be veteran will kick your ass in this game. It will kick your ass. Yeah, there are four difficulties. There's recruit, regular, um, hardened, and then veteran. I think that's what it is. But recruit doesn't exist in the special ops missions, only in story mode. So in story mode, I mean, in the special ops missions, you only have three difficulties. Honestly, we can only we can only handle regular for most of them. There were some where we could do hardened and even veteran, but there were very few, like only two or three. Everything else we just had to do regular. We couldn't do anything. Imagine doing the hardest missions on the hardest difficulty. You'd have to. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like even on regular, I had difficulty. Like because there was this one mission where you had to infiltrate an oil rig. My brother and I would constantly you had to make sure that you don't have any hostages killed because if one hostage gets killed while you're infiltrating a room, you're done. And this happened at the beginning and at the end. Now in the beginning it's not too bad because if you mess up, oh well, you're just not going to lose much progress. But at the end, if you mess up, you have to go through all of those enemies again just to get to that point, and even then you may still mess up. My brother and I we had to do this mission several times once because I kept screwing up at the end. I kept my brother and I we knew what hostages to kill, but I just well, not hostages. I'm sorry. We knew what enemies to kill, but like the first time I tried to do my strategy, it worked, but the second, third, and fourth time, it just didn't work because the guy kept coming at me with a knife, and I'm like, I'm trying to get to him, and my brother's like, just kill him first. And the next time we did it, it worked. But yeah, that's a really annoying part about that mission. Like, if you mess up the ending, you have to start all over, and it's hard to get to that point even. But it's not too bad, but it's still bad. And that's in the last before that section, there's a section with thermal sensors that you have to use because there'll be smoke everywhere. You have to make sure that you don't get blindsided by enemies that are hidden. It's just really annoying. That mission is just annoying. It's hard to do it on regular. I can't even do it on veteran. I'm like, nope. Veteran it's hard on story mode and it's hard on the special ops. I can't do that shit. But still, this game does reward skill, and it is a great game. I love it. It's one of the best I have. So it goes in the good pile. Okay, that's all my games I want to talk about so far. So far, I have a lot of games that are in the decent pile. Most of them are in the decent pile, but there are three that are in the shit pile. Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal, Michael Jackson The Experience for the Kinect, and Overty Fighters. But the others, ugh, that's my good pile. Okay. Ah, so many games, way too many games. Okay, what's the hardest and most frustrating game you streamed that's not Sonic related? Oh, I'd have to go back and look. Other than Ultimate Custom Night, let me go back and look. Ultimate Custom Night doesn't count. It's just a hot mess in and of itself. Let me look. Oh yeah. Oh great. That's just great. That's just great. Now they're remaking the YouTube Creator Studio again. Why does Google have to keep fixing things that don't need to be fixed? God. I was just getting used to the new YouTube system. And, oh, they're gonna change it again. Yeah, the good pile has the bad pile outnumbered. You're right. I should I should merge my Paper Mario and Final Fantasy VII streams with my main streams because I'm done with them, so there's no need to put them in separate playlists. Okay, let's see. Okay, so far the contenders are Lights Camera Pants. Oh my fucking god, Lights Camera Pants. Oh shit. Um, let's see what else. No, not Child the Hedgehog. It wasn't really all that difficult for the most part. I'm trying to find others. No, no, no. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 doesn't really count. I mean, I'm pretty much a pro at the game. Not Dark Spine Sonic level, but still good. At least when I was last playing it. I've gone to S ranks in even the hardest of stages. So Sonic 2006 doesn't really count. It's shit, but it's not difficult. It's just broken, not hard broken. Okay, so I'm trying to find others. I can't really think of any. I'm trying to think of some. Uh, oh, Sonic and the Secret. Oh, not Sonic related. Damn! And you said not Sonic related anyway, so I don't even know why I was thinking of Sonic 2006. Oh well. Anyway. Uh. Huh. I can't think of any. I mean, do the FNAF games count? Let me see. Oh, you have to go. You have to go so soon. Okay. Well, I'm almost done anyway. Um. Hold up. hold up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, so far I said lights, camera, pants. I can't think of any. Oh, Rayman Legends. Oh my fucking god, that's another contender. That's even worse than lights, camera, pants. I think that's it. Just those two. And Crash Nitro Kart. Well, Crash Nitro Kart is only hard towards the end. But yeah, I'm counting that anyway. So those are the three. Lights, camera, pants, Crash Nitro Kart, and Rayman Legends. Oh, you meant that? Okay. So I'd say the most frustrating would be probably Rayman Legends. The other two are not too far behind, but Rayman Legends takes the cake. That game was just so frustrating to me. At one point, I even rage quit. Like you guys saw that I turned on my headset and threw the controller and the headset on the chair I was sitting on. And then somebody was like, "I guess he needed to vent." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's what I do." I've done that like 3 times already. Like there was one part where I just turned the console right off during lights, camera, pants. Another part where I just threw the Wii remote during my playthrough of Sonic and the Secret Rings. And another part where for Rayman Legends, I just threw the headset and the controller onto the couch and then just walked away. Anyway, I think there was this one other time during lights, camera, pants where I just had to pause and cuss so much. Mirror's Edge, yeah, Mirror's Edge was annoying, but but yeah, I knew how to play the game. I just kept screwing up, and there were some things I was forgetting. But other than that, excuse me, Mirror's Edge, I wouldn't count it as the hardest. Hard, but not the hardest. I think that's it, really. Oh, and Modern Warfare 2 also counts. Dino Crisis. No, because I played Dino Crisis so many times so I knew what to do. It's really not that hard. You can even beat the game without using a weapon. And there's plenty of ammo, and there are even more medical supplies. So many medical supplies. You just have to use your plugs for the item boxes that you can get throughout the game wisely, and then that's it. You really don't. The game is really not that difficult, even on hard mode. It's just not. Um, Now for Dino Crisis 2, I'd say is even harder than Dino Crisis. Even though Dino Crisis 2 isn't survival horror, it's action adventure. You don't have limited supplies. You can get as many supplies as you want. I mean, you still have a secondary weapon in case your main weapons run out of ammo, but you're honestly not going to use it that much because the game you can get as much ammo as you want. Yeah, I did post a fail at Dino Crisis 1. It wasn't hard. It's just that Regina just kept reloading at the wrong times. Because up until that point, I hadn't really died. I don't think I died up until that point. Because the game's not really that hard. I played it so many times, I knew what to do. Even if you don't know what you're doing, the game's not that hard. There are a few tricky parts, but other than that, it's not really that hard. It's just that one stupid instance where if you don't you have a gunshot at the right time, you die. And there are other parts of the game like that, but that part was the hardest. The other parts I had no problem with. It's just that one part. Because she kept reloading her gun at the wrong time. And I was like, okay, do I have to pause and then reload before I fire again? Instead of just having her reload and waste time? It's so irritating. But yeah. Other than that, Down Crisis is not that hard. It's essentially like Resident Evil 2. It's pretty much based on Resident Evil 2. It uses the same formula. Capcom made both games, but Dino Crisis is more fun. And unlike Resident Evil 3, um, you can. And unlike Resident Evil 3, you can actually you can actually move while aiming. And in Dino Crisis 2, you can even move while you can even move while firing. and not just aiming. And I'm like, oh, that's lit. But yeah, that's that. But anyway, I have to go because my mom's at the door right now, and I don't want her to see me doing this because it's awkward with her in the room. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all so much for watching this rant stream, and until next time, goodbye.